Welcome back to the Wargaming Den. Another solo game of Warmaster for you this week. Continuing to learn the rules and practice, and wanted to try out my new Chaos Warriors that I've painted up this week. So yeah, another 1500 point game. I was trying to use one of the Kings of War scenarios, Invade, see if I could adapt that to Warmaster. Let's have a look and see how we do. And here's the 1500 point High Elf army for today. I've got 5 units of spears, 2 archers, 5 of silver helm cavalry, bolt throwers, giant eagles, 3 characters. It's got a break of 7. So a wee bit different to the armies I've been using recently. Don't have any reavers in there. We'll see how it goes. And here we have my generic 1500 point chaos list. I've painted up 4 units of Chaos Warriors this week, so I was tempted to take 3 of those and 3 Marauders, but wanted to try and squeeze in the Dragon Ogres as well, and points were getting a wee bit tight at 1500. So I've got 2 Chaos Warriors, 4 Marauders, the Dragon Ogres, 2 Chaos Chariots, 2 Marauder Horsemen, and some Harpies, 3 characters, breakpoint of 6. Okay, and here we are with deployment, just using some of the terrain I made last weekend. So we've got some swamps here and here, a couple of woods, some hills, and some rough going. So a few areas for infantry to hide in. I just randomly rolled to assign which side got which side of the table. And I decided to use actually a Kings of War mission, Invade. So the idea is to get more points across halfway than your opponent, just to see whether or not that would work in the system. So for Chaos, I've got the Chariots and the Harpies on the flank, Dragon Ogres supporting the 2 units of Marauders. Then I've got the Chaos Warriors in the front, Marauders behind, and same here. And then out wide, I've got the Marauder Horsemen to try and work around that flank. On the Elven side, got some archers and spear holding the flank. Bolt throwers with a unit of spears going to move onto the hill. We've got the 2 units of spears here, archers and spears here, 3 regiments of silver helms, then 2 units of silver helms with the giant eagles. Let's move on to turn 1. Okay, just another solo battle about to begin. 1500 points of elves. There's 1500 points of chaos. Okay, the elves got the first turn, pushed up with the archers and spears, pushed the bolt throwers onto the hill there. The other 2 blocks of infantry pushed forward. Here though, failed to activate any of the silver helm units, so they are being a tad tardy on turn 1. I forgot to take a photo of the Chaos turn. So here you go. Chaos Warriors and Marauders and the Horsemen, the cavalry onto the hill there, looking to swing round. Advanced the infantry in the centre and the chariot. So unlike the Elves, Chaos managed to get all their units moving. So in the Elves' second turn, push forward into this swampy area with the archers to try and get defended. Again, maybe pushing a wee bit too far forward. The 2 blocks of infantry advanced a wee bit more here as well. This infantry way over here, they retreated into the rocky terrain to get defended status, but worried about being caught in the open by this big unit of Chaos Warriors supported by the Horsemen. And unfortunately, as you can see down here, the silver helms blundered. Didn't move, but it meant again that none of the cavalry was able to move this turn. And in the shooting phase, the wizard got a spell off and managed to do 2 wounds, which were going to be taken off on the marauders over here, needing to roll 5s to hit, and drove them back 5 centimeters. Otherwise, not much action on the elven turn 2. Okay, and so as you can see, these guys are exposed, potentially silver helms there, but the silver helms are also in charge range of the chariots. Chariots had intended to do the big charge there. I had hoped that the cavalry here was going to charge the bolt throwers and overwhelm them, but unfortunately failed their leadership test there, so not a good turn for chaos. So I guess turn 2 was a turn of failed leadership checks. Failed over here, wanted to charge the bolt throwers. These guys, I failed command here, so these guys couldn't move. These guys also failed their command, weren't able to move. The elves have pushed some silver helms forward, but the bulk of their cavalry so far has not been able to move. These guys I'd wanted to come moving this way to support over here to strengthen the 2 infantry units. So yeah, turn 2 was definitely a turn of some pretty poor command rolls for both sides. And the woes for the elven cavalry continue. Another blunder early on turn 3, didn't move, but again that meant the cavalry was stuck. Okay, success. The bolt throwers drove the marauder cavalry unit here back. I think it was about 7 or 8 centimeters, maybe even a bit further, but also disordered them, so that was some good shooting there. Okay, and on the other flank, the silver helms smashed into my 2 newly painted units of chariots, and as you can see there, the silver helms did 6 wounds and the chariots only did 4. The silver helms also had a hero adding to that combat, so they drove the chariots back, and I lost 2 chariot units as well. Okay, and as you can see here in the second round of combat, the silver helms took another 2 wounds, 1 on each unit, so that means they're going to lose a stand each, but the chaos chariots got absolutely smashed. One unit took 5 hits, the other took 6, which means one unit is completely destroyed and the second unit's going to be down to 1 in the next round of combat, which will be fought on Chaos's turn. So the silver helms have really overwhelmed the Chaos units there. But I have a cunning plan. As you can see, they're just using a zone of control marker. You can see that the dragon ogres are going to be in the flank of the silver helms there, so they're going to charge in and try and help out the chariot. Okay, and things are still a wee bit dicey. This looks like here is the Chaos General rolled a 9. I think that was here to send the Chaos Warriors charging into the spears to support this attack. These guys initiative charged into the archer unit, didn't take any wounds charging in. Over here, the Dragon Ogres charged into that flank and the chariot continued fighting, but I think it's going to be too little too late to save them. Okay, movement, chaos, turn 3. Failed my first order here. I was trying to charge the bolt throwers on the hill there. Initiative charge with the marauders.
Warriors and Marauders advanced, but then the second command from the field failed. But I'd also done an initiative charge with the Dragon Ogres over here. So on to combats.
Good round of fighting from the Chaos Marauders. They do 5 wounds on the archers and only take 4 wounds in return, so push back the archery unit and we'll follow up and fight another round of combat. Okay, things don't quite go as well for the Dragon Ogres supporting the Chariots. The Chariots take a further 5 hits from the pursuing Silver Helms. I'd put the Harpies in the rear here, hoping that I was going to push them back and they weren't going to be able to retreat. Dragon Ogres came charging in the flank here. They took 1 wound. They hit the Silver Helms 7 times, but look at this. That 4+ save spiked there, and the Silver Helms saved 6. So the Chariots are destroyed, and the Dragon Ogres are driven back. Okay, the Dragon Ogres took a further lot of damage. I think they ended up losing 2 stands and being driven back and pursued by the Silver Helms. The Silver Helms here, and the Eagles smashed into the rear of those Harpies, and as you can see there, the Harpies took 12 hits, more than they can stand, and did 1 hit in return on the Eagles, so they were destroyed as well. So Chaos are definitely struggling at this stage. Okay, and here we go. The Dragon Ogres are killed. Although they had destroyed the unit of archers, the Marauders come unstuck against the spear unit here and lose a last stand, which destroys them and gives the game to the Elves. Quite a comprehensive victory there to the Elves. So 6-2 victory to the Elves. They broke Chaos. I didn't have to figure out my new invade mission rules at all. It ended on turn 4. Possibly because we're only paying 1,500 points. The games are pretty brutal. Both sides had some poor command rolls, but those Silver Helms came through at a very good time to roll the Chariots, and then that really made it difficult for Chaos going forward from there. So another good fun game. Lots of failed command rolls influencing things, but thoroughly enjoyed that. So hope you enjoyed watching the game. You know, as I've probably said before, Warmaster really lends itself quite well to solo gaming. The command system means that there's always that variability in decision making that quite a few other games, when playing against yourself, can become a wee bit of a process, and you show a wee bit of favoritism. But because the command rolls, you're never 100% sure what's going to happen, it does keep that interest and make it for a fun and engaging solo game. So if you're ever looking for something to do, you've got a couple of hours spare and you want to practice your Warmaster skills, I would highly recommend giving some solo Warmaster gaming a try. It's a great system for it. Anyway, enough rambling from me. Thanks very much for watching. Until the next game, ka kite anō.